Hi there, this is Jeanette, and today I am going to be showing you how I colored two images from the My Favorite Things Cute Critters stamp set. I am using Memento Tuxedo black ink to stamp the image on Neenah Cardstock and also onto some Eclipse masking tape. So I'm just stamping it on the masking tape just so that when I need a mask for these images, it'll be available. I often do this the first time I use a stamp set. I will stamp off the images to use as masks. Now we're going to get into the coloration. I had been asked to sort of give a little step-by-step as I'm coloring. So I've sped up the coloring, but I will go over what I'm doing. So you'll see the three colors I'm going to be using for this image. I started off with my lighter shade and I colored about half of the image with it. Then I laid down my mid-tone, and right now I am laying down my darkest color. Now to help with the blending, I am now taking my mid-tone and picking up some of that darker color from the marker. Then I'll lay down the dark and then blend again with the mid. I find this is a really great way to get a really beautiful even blend. So I'm doing the same thing now with the mid and the light, and I'm going to move down to the other part of the squirrel. So same thing, light, mid, which is what I'm putting on right now, doing a little bit of a blend, and then I'll get that darker color on. And that's going where I want the most shadow. And then to blend that out, I will pick up some of that dark color with my mid-tone and continue blending. And now I'm doing the same with my light. I'm picking up some of the mid. And that will help you sort of get a nice even blend without oversaturating your paper. So I'm going to continue sort of adding some of the mid, then adding some of the light to blend it just until I get it looking exactly the way I want it. And then I'm doing the tail the exact same way with the light, the mid, and the dark. So often when I'm teaching, I will show my students the method of picking up some ink using your marker. It doesn't hurt your marker at all. It doesn't ruin the tip. And it is a really great way to make sure you get a really great, even blend to your coloration. So I am now going to just grab my colorless blender, and I will use that to sort of erase some of the ink that went out of the line. I wasn't being terribly careful there. And then we'll color in the flowers, and now we will move over to the raccoon. So these are the colors I used to color the raccoon. I'm starting again with my lightest shade, laying that down. I tend to work in small areas when I'm coloring, so I will do the head, complete all the blending and coloration of that before moving over to the body. This way my ink always stays wet on my paper, and that really helps to be able to blend easily. Your paper is where the blending starts, so once it's wet and then you're adding different inks, it will be blending almost on its own through the paper. So take advantage of working in small areas, and you'll find that your blending will be much better. So now I'm going to move over to the body and the tail using the same principle, moving from light to mid-tone to dark and then back again. And then just whenever you see that there's an area that needs a little bit more shading, you can go ahead and just add that in and work it until it looks the way you want it to look. So these colors I used for the head and the body are the cool grays. It's the C00, C1, C3. And now for his the little stripes over his eyes and on his tail, I am using C3, C5, and C7. And keeping all the colors in the same family and just sort of switching up the intensity, you can see how everything sort of looks really nice together. So now I'll do the stripes here on his tail. And these images from this stamp set, there is also a fox, a little fox, and some flowers and some really cute sentiments. These are great images to color with. They're a nice size, and you can have a lot of fun with them. So I'm almost finished with the blending here, and then I'll just add a little bit of R20 to the ears. And then I'm going to take my Sharpie Post-it paint and I will just add a couple of dots to highlight. And then I will take my black Wink of Stella pen and I will just go over the eyes and the nose just to intensify them a little bit.